Warning, this podcast contains wormholes.
And spoilers.
Yeah. In time travel.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the ASOTV podcast for The Flash, Season 1, Episode 23, Fast Enough. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
How's it going?
You couldn't just leave the intro alone.
Never.
Last time, just one time.
Never.
It's a fucking doozy of an episode.
So, I that was my face.
Oh man.
Not
gonna lie, I cried a little bit at some points.
I don't even know what happened. I've watched the episode not once, not twice.
Watched it 3 times?
Not 3 times. Not 4 times. But 5 times.
You watched this one episode
This
5
one
times.
episode 5 times.
In the last 24 hours?
Yes.
Wow.
I've been catching up on Arrow, and I watched no Arrow at all last night, so
All
I could
the Arrow
watch The Flash
episodes.
5 times in a row
In a row! Wow.
to get my mind wrapped around what I just watched.
I'm pretty confident that I understood what happened.
Oh, I understood it, I just didn't believe it.
You didn't believe it.
It took 5 times for the reality to sink in.
Yeah.
Cleo, I was wrong about something. That's probably what did it to me the most.
Which part?
Barry didn't save his mother.
You're right. We were both wrong because I thought he was going to be incapable of it. I thought he was going to try and fail.
I think he did, though.
You think he did try?
Yes, I just don't think we saw it yet.
I don't understand.
Past Barry was there and shook his head and told him to stop. So Past Barry knew what he was going to do.
Future Barry.
Future Barry?
That was Future Barry. That is 2024 Barry.
That's Future Past Barry.
No. That's Future Barry. Future Barry said, no.
Yeah.
And Present Barry listened.
Right.
My question is, why do you listen? Maybe he was debating it, and he needed someone to tell him what to do. He said that's Iris. He's like, I need someone to tell me what to do, and he told himself what to do.
After Joe told him to do it, and then his father told him not to do it, he was just like, I need somebody to tell me what to do.
He told himself.
Yeah, so.
I actually didn't. I guess I didn't make that connection till just now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just, I don't know. My head hurts.
I mean, in the beginning, they have Eobard in the cell.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of explains everything, like how he got stuck and stuff. It still isn't everything, because my question is, how did he get Gideon?
Barry made him.
Yeah, no, but how did he get his hands on it?
Yep.
We were pretty much right with everything that he said.
Yeah. I'm just... there's so many thoughts running through my head right now. Still, like... So the main reason why I had to go back and rewatch it that many times is because the theory of time travel that I brought up oh so long ago about whatever happened. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I still think that theory is possible.
But it's
even
not.
Though they're directly proving that it's not in this episode.
Yeah.
I still think it is, and I'm going to try to explain it the best as I can.
Oh. Okay, alright.
So, time can be changed, but if it changed, it was always meant to be changed. So, if you went through a timeline and then went back and changed something and altered the timeline, it's because that's how time was supposed to go, but it had to get to that point in order for it to function that way. So it always happened that way.
But by your definition, it would have had to have happened twice.
Correct.
In order for it to happen the way it was supposed to happen. The reason I don't think it's that, is because of, I mean, we probably shouldn't talk about Legends.
We're going to be doing a Legends podcast after this.
I know.
We'll really get into that then. But I don't like this whole the time travel thing is really bringing me back to Lost right now. And it's like Eddie is the Desmond of this time travel thing. If this is the way that time travel is supposed to go, is Eddie's the one that's out of time, can do whatever he wants. See, the doctor, what's his name?
Stein.
Dr. Stein, he goes, you have your own destiny. You make whatever you want out of it. You're the X factor. You're the coincidence here. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I'm just... my head is hurting again. And I love it.
You will definitely get back to Eddie. But I'm not talking about Eddie now. I don't know. I feel like abandoning...
We're going to abandon Eddie? That's okay.
No, we're going to abandon the order of how we're going to talk about stuff.
Yeah, order's irrelevant in time travel.
So, Eddie, let's talk about Eddie.
Okay.
I mean, Eddie killing himself created a paradox, because it's not like...
Right.
It's not like if Barry had gone back and saved his mom, that would have rewritten the future.
Yep. No, it would have rewritten his past and
his
the
past.
future.
And, okay, I'm sorry. I meant the future from that moment.
Right. Okay, yeah.
So that wouldn't have been a paradox, because everything would have fallen into place. But since Eddie just up and kills himself, that created a paradox, because if his line doesn't get passed down, Eobard doesn't go back.
He's never born.
He's never born. He doesn't go back. He doesn't kill Nora. He doesn't... All of this stuff that's so established. Because that's 130 years of things that happened that are tied to the Eobards and the Allens.
And it's like... Actually, I think that is what opened the wormhole.
That is exactly what opened... Well, the wormhole or the black hole?
It's up for debate right now.
I guess it's true. I think that's what opened the black hole. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what opened the black hole. Mm-hmm. That started destroying the city and potentially the world. You think it's what also opened the wormhole?
Yeah. No, not the first wormhole. The one Eddie shoots himself, Eobard dies, and then instantly this hole opens up and starts sucking things into it. It's
it sucked. But
it's a little coincidental. I think this hole, be it a wormhole, black hole, whatever the case may be, or a combination of the two, whatever, it's undoing the paradox.
Well,
it's destroying that universe.
Well, yeah, exactly. It has to destroy the universe to undo the paradox. It has to destroy that timeline to undo the paradox. But I think that what opened up right there was what became the black hole in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still up for debate in science. Some people think that black holes are wormholes, that they're one and the same. Some people think that they're two completely different entities.
No.
So it's...
None of it is
We don't have an answer, yeah.
No, but I think the most common... layman's terms definitions and distinctions between black holes and wormholes is that what is it here? A wormhole is made of space-time, and it connects two different regions. A black hole destroys the hell out of things. It's actually written on a scientific blog. Destroys the hell out of things and doesn't go anywhere. So that's the difference between black hole and a wormhole, at least as far as certain definitions go.
Yeah, I I don't know. It's hard to say because I've seen some forms of sci-fi out there use black holes as wormholes.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's true.
But I also think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, as like,
if you
there are obviously different theories.
If you can maintain structural integrity to travel through the destructive nature of the black hole, that they believe it also functions as a wormhole. So, I mean, because you got to think it's going somewhere. So it's either going into another time or space.
Yeah. Well, the thing, like the diagram I have here, and also what Stein said about a singularity, is that a singularity comes to a point. It doesn't go anywhere after that. It just fixes on that point. So that's what a black hole does. It creates a singularity, and that's what starts destroying things, or it's debatable whether things actually get destroyed in a black hole or not. So I think the singularity
I will be a human guinea pig if you want to shoot me into a black hole.
If we can find one, I'll do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Give me a giant candle, shoot in a black hole.
Let's do it. I'm down.
You'll live tweet your journey into the black hole.
I will. I will live tweet all the way through and back.
That'd be amazing. Oh man, God, so much stuff happened in this episode. Caitlin and Ronnie got married. And Ronnie didn't even bother to put on a nice shirt.
Yeah.
He didn't even bother.
Can he? Doesn't he have that thing strapped around him?
Does he?
I don't know.
Just throw like a tearaway tux on.
Yeah.
Him or something.
Yeah, if
anything.
If somebody said that there was gonna be a wedding this season, I would have been like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Whatever. No.
Especially if you told me at the end of last episode that there was gonna be a wedding in the finale, I would have been like, okay, so Barry's time traveling to a wedding? Like
Barry's time traveling to his own wedding?
Yeah, what? So
no, it was really sweet. I love, because Stein was just like, yeah, my dad made me become a rabbi before he let me go to MIT. I'm going to skip all the Hebrew. Don't worry about that.
I loved his little speech, though, about the union of people. It, like, after everything he's been through, like, it was pretty well put.
Very well put. So. They are adorable. I'm very happy they at least got that.
Yeah. Yeah, Stein and, the other half of Firestorm, they are adorable.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name. What's the other half's name?
Ronnie,
yes.
Stein, Dr. Stein.
Ronnie. How did I forget Ronnie?
I don't know. So Cisco faces Wells, or Galebird.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already vibed. He just doesn't realize it.
Yeah, I was like, Cisco, he's a metahuman. I was waiting for Wells to actually... I was waiting for Wells to actually phrase it like that.
I mean, I think Cisco understands.
Right.
You might not believe him.
No, he does not.
But, I'm just so excited. So I wonder if that means that Caitlin's power is latent too, like not on the surface.
It could be. I don't, because for
in this timeline she might just not have it.
That's true too, because for Cisco to have his powers, whatever, like he clearly wasn't able to experience them until like this actually happened. Like there's no other way. There's no way to find out about that, you know. So he needed a time travel event to figure it out. So.
Yeah, and I wonder if, and I'm sure the vibrations are gonna come into play not just through time, but also in like their own time. And I'm wondering how that's gonna.
So anytime time changes around Cisco, he's gonna be able to.
He's gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
He's gonna know it. He's gonna remember.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be insane.
So Cisco's basically the Desmond of the show.
My dad said that this Cisco's vibe might not be like the comic vibe, but my dad was saying how the comic vibe is like Skye from Agents of S.T.A.R.
I started reading quite a bit about what was going on in all the comics and stuff after this episode, after I watched it 5 times. Like,
oh, yeah?
I started going, and I started finding some really crazy stuff out about some of the characters. Especially Iris.
Would you like to go on about that particular thing? Would you care to?
Do you know about Iris? I'm assuming you know.
Maybe if you say it, it's not in my notes. I didn't.
In the comics, Iris is not from present day.
Oh.
Iris is from the 30th century and was abandoned as a baby and was adopted.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's going to be a story that they eventually do. We find out that Joe's not her biological father. Could be, I don't know.
Could be an alternate timeline thing.
I don't know if it would be alternate timeline.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
Spitballing.
Yeah.
But speaking of crazy things, huh?
Be interesting. Because I learned a lot about the Flash itself, too, so.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Yeah. Speaking of crazy things that may or may not be incorporated into this universe, we get a nice little helmet fall out of the wormhole.
Yes.
You know whose helmet that is?
I do.
You do?
I do. See, that helmet is what started me on this research path.
Yeah. That's my cue. I thought that was hilarious, by the way. The helmet just falls out. I'm like, Jay Garrett! He's just like, that's my cue. I'm gonna go.
That's I gotta go. See ya.
Which actually means, and I think cast members have said that there will be Earth 2 appearances as early as next season.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we could get alternate versions of a lot of heroes.
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're bringing in Earth 2, if we are, because they've been teasing Green Lantern.
Yep.
They even said, that pilot that disappeared, so he's already Green Lantern.
Right.
I want them to bring in, now I forget his name. Alan Scott? The original Green Lantern that actually has nothing to do with the Green Lantern Corps.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
But in the time stream, while Barry's running towards his mom, we see a blonde lady in a black corset. Do you know who that is?
Is that White Canary?
No. In a black corset. It is Killer Frost. That is actually Caitlin in her Killer Frost costume.
Oh.
Being a little baddie.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'm wondering if that means that's in Barry's future, or if that's an alternate future, or if that's...
I don't think they went with alternate futures.
Yeah.
I think they stuck with the timeline he's on. Because he said it's your past, your present, your future.
Okay. Well, no, because it can still be his past, his present, his future, and be different timelines, because Barry can live through different timelines.
Right, but that would mean he'd have to go change something before it would show up.
Which he did on a smaller scale.
On a smaller scale, yeah. So I don't know if the stream would pick that up until he actually changed it.
That's a good question. We don't know how that works. But.
So I'm going to go with the assumption that it is only his current timeline that he's in.
Caitlin's already on the path to becoming Killer Frost, which is kind of scary. Yeah.
I mean, we saw that there were flashes of the new series coming in. The Legends of Tomorrow, which I thought was crazy because we just got through watching that trailer and I'm like, oh my god, there's a scene, and I was just like, was blown away. So I'm really excited for that. And then I don't know, it's just the whole concept of potentially bringing in Jay, which is the Flash in an alternate universe, Earth 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But he's the Flash in what, the 50s?
He's the original 1940s Flash.
Yeah.
So he's the golden age of comics.
Right, and this
Flash.
is in Barry's Silver Age. So.
Yes.
What's going to be interesting to me is if they change it ever so slightly, and it ends up being Barry's father.
Ooh. If in Earth 2, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, if in Earth 2, instead of Barry being the Flash, it is Henry. Yes. I would be so down for that.
I would, like...
So down.
If I know comic book fans are going to be enraged if they change, from Jay Garrick, to Henry.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Henry Allen, whatever. Yeah. But I would prefer it only because of the history with the actor that plays Henry Allen, because he actually played the Flash in the original TV series.
Played Barry.
So I don't know. I would totally.
And there's also there's no saying that his name couldn't be different on Earth 2.
That's true.
It could be Henry, but maybe he was adopted.
Yeah.
So who knows? That would actually be a really cool. And this show has done cool stuff like that already.
Yeah, it has. I would absolutely love it.
With actors reprising their original roles from the way back when show.
Yeah, because we had Mark Hamill reprise his role, so.
And Tina, Professor Tina McGee? Is that? I don't remember her last name. I just remember her name is Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, there's just so many questions.
I mean, so when Barry was running up to the funnel at the end, and he's just like, I'm going to spin around and I got to try, whatever. And then they ended it. I was like, no. I didn't know. I was waiting for that one extra scene that they always do after the title credit comes up.
Such luck.
And it was just the director, the writer, whatever, just being like, there's a lot coming next season. And
every CW show did that this year.
Yeah, they did. And
everyone.
I was just like, no. I sat there with my mouth open, staring at the screen for probably an additional 5 minutes after the show ended.
Yeah. He had to try.
Then I had to go through and watch it 2 more times, and then I went on Facebook and started posting about it. Took 3 times to wrap my head around it. And then I had to watch it 2 more just to let it sink in.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Do you think he can do it? Do you think if he comes out, it's going to be the timeline's going to be...
See, this is where I don't think it's a black hole. This is where I think it's a wormhole. And I think
So you think he's going through?
Yeah, I think he's going to go in and come out somewhere else. I think he's going to come out in Earth 2.
Ooh, that would be a hell of a start.
Yeah.
No anchor at all, just...
Boom.
Throwing you in there.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
It's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I mean...
all of a sudden now he's stuck in this other universe where he doesn't know anyone. There's another speedster running around. He's going to be chasing him, thinking that it's the reverse Flash again.
Ends up being Jay Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a very interesting start.
Yeah.
I mean, they obviously know where they're going already.
I mean, my whole thing with this, the one thing that confused me more than anything, and even after my 5 consecutive times watching, I still didn't have an answer. Yeah. What the hell was the point of letting Wells go home?
I don't know. Because they didn't have to let him out.
They didn't. After everything that happened, why just let him go home?
I don't know. They stopped him anyway. Stopped him.
Well, Barry stopped him, but Cisco's like, don't you ever come back. It's like, why would you even give him the chance of coming back?
Yeah.
He went through this whole elaborate plan once. Why wouldn't he do it again and go back further?
I was sitting there just thinking, how easy would it be to gas that chamber?
I'm just sitting there going, all right, well, you're going to let him go home where there's all this technology in the future. He's talking about schematics for time travel machines. Like, time travel seems to be more accessible there. Why not get there? I like
that he mentioned Rip Hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're going to get Rip Hunter in Legends of Tomorrow. But, so, like, what's to stop him from getting back to his timeline, getting, like, all the schematics, getting everything together, or maybe not even going to his timeline. Maybe go a year earlier and actually kill Barry.
Well, I think also the question is, why does he want to go back to his timeline?
Right.
Why does he want anything, really?
I mean, it's the vendetta. He hates the Flash. Like, that's what started this whole thing.
He just kept that whole episode, he just kept spilling stuff, and I'm like, you really buy your own crazy rhetoric, don't you?
I was like, you probably should shut your mouth at some point.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like he's the typical evil villain spouting out his entire diabolical plan.
Evil plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's all I have for this episode. I don't know, do you have anything else?
Well,
brain.
Little... I don't know. Like, there's all, like, little things that I can't grab my head around. They all have to do with time travel.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we still don't have the pieces to answer those questions.
We don't, and that's the thing that gets me, is because there's so many questions. I sound like Edward Nygma from Batman Forever. So many questions. So many questions. But I don't know. I can't wait this long. They can't make us wait 4 months for the Flash.
What do you mean 4 months?
Till it comes back.
Oh. 4 months sounds like such a short time.
Yeah. Well, it's what? It comes back September, October. So it's 4 or 5 months.
Season 2, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess.
It's 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
When did the show start? It started October 7th, so it's about 5 months.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be kind of surprised if this show didn't start a little sooner.
A little sooner?
Yeah, because, I mean, they, so they get the spin-off coming, that's going to fall in the middle during the winter break. And this last year, they only had about a 1 month break. So that's only 4 episodes that they had a big, like, they went from December 9th to January 20th. It's about 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And unless the spin-off series is only going to be 4 or 5 episodes, I highly doubt that. So they're going to have to shift in...
Oh, I see.
In one direction or the other.
Or both.
Right. Yeah. So I feel like the show's going to start sooner.
Yeah.
Than the first week of October.
I mean, that'd be nice.
And I'm really, I don't know, I'm curious. I'm more curious to find out how much the Flash is actually going to be involved in the spinoff, because they hyped him up a lot, but if you've noticed, when they started listing off all the characters, he wasn't one of the characters listed. So it seems like he's going to be involved in a limited capacity, and that this spinoff is mainly for all the other characters, but I don't
know.
I just know I'm super excited.
Yeah, it all hinges on the next half of the second season.
And I think I was reading somewhere that the actor that plays Harrison Wells, Tom Cavanaugh, he is still going to be in season 2.
Cool.
So
that actually got me thinking whether the next time we see Eobard, he would have Wells' face or his own face.
Right.
And I really like the actor who plays Eobard.
I do.
And I really like the actor who plays Wells. So it's like, I don't know which face I would rather see.
Well, we could get both, because
I want to punch them both.
We could get the real Wells.
Oh, shit. I didn't think of that.
And then he'd have a completely different personality. Or he might have the same personality, just without the secrets. You know?
I assume that he would be a normal person. He would be
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He'd be like the Wells that we knew before he was crazy.
Yes. Well, we didn't really know that Wells. We saw him for 5 seconds, and then he died. So
no, we had like a couple episodes going with him. We were like, there's something shady about him. He's keeping something, but he still seemed like a pretty stand-up guy. So
but that was still Eobard. That was not.
No, I understand it was Eobard, but I'm saying, I think that I think Wells is going to be kind of like that Eobard still.
Yeah. So. All right. Ready to call this one?
Yeah.
Dom, where can the people find you?
Find me down below at Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM. Make sure to follow me there, as I every day, every hour, on the hour, tweet about how I can't wait until the Flash comes back.
Ruminate about Flash.
Yeah. On the hour.
On the hour. You can find me at Cleomoto on the socials and on Twitch at The Cleomoto, and you can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows. Are you starting to tweet about The Flash right now?
Maybe. I miss...
Aww.
Hashtag The Flash.
Hashtag blessed.
At CW, or what is the Flash's?
I don't know the Flash's one. I've just been tweeting to the Arrow one, because I don't tweet out this show. Sorry, I should be doing that, but I don't.
CW Flash? CW underscore the
probably
Flash.
Probably be CW underscore the Flash.
Hashtag blessed.
CW underscore Arrow. Hashtag blessed! Why do you listen to me?
It sounded like a good idea.
Well, until next season.
I'm all blurry now.
Bye, guys.
Why am I blurry?
Stay tuned for our podcast on DC Legends of Tomorrow and the Arrow season finale. Both of those are coming up next. Bye.
Hashtag blessed.